minus b has to be positive 5, so b equals minus 5 as well. So same answer, and just finishing it off, so we've got x squared, take 1, and 3x squared, take 5x plus 2 is our equation. Okay, can we factorize it any further? It's not going to be easy. I like using the cross method for quadratic sometimes, especially when you have that 3. So we can say 3x and x. 3x, so two numbers multiply together to get 2. Well, I'm going to go a 2 here and a 1 there. And they have to add up to minus, so negative and negative make a positive. And then hopefully they add up to a negative. So we go 3x times minus 2 gives us minus 6x. And should have done it the other way around. So it should be 2 there and 1 there. I'm just skipping ahead. 3x times minus 1 gives us minus 3x. And x times minus 2 is minus 2x, which gives us minus 5x. And that's what we want, that minus 5x. So our completely factorized equation will say y equals x squared take 1, 3x squared, 3x take 2, and x take 1, because that's what we factorized down here. Okay, and so that's completely factorized. We can also say, do this part as well, just as a technicality. X plus 1, and then 3x take 2, x take 1. Okay, so there's 4 points. Now, second part of the question says, hence solve the inequation the p of x is less than or equal to 0. So what I can say is okay, our equation, when is that less than 0? So that's using our sign diagrams. So we've got positive and negative. Okay, our smallest point is going to be, so solving x take 1 equals 0, x plus 1 equals 0, etc. So you have positive 1, negative 1, positive 2 over 3. Haven't spaced this out very well. So that's positive 1. We'll say this is positive 2 over 3. We'll say minus 1 over here, and we've got 2 points for minus 1, so it's going to be a double or a repeated point there. So what we look at is, okay, we've got a positive graph, so it starts at the top. We'll use a different color. So it starts at the top, okay, and just drawing our boxes in. And we know this is a repeated point, so it's going to look something like this. So now from that, we look at when is this equation less than 0? Well, here's our line, it's less than 0 in this point here. So we can say it's less than 0 between the points minus 1, x is between minus 1 and 2/3. So that's using our sign diagrams, and Okay, just before I finish this, I have made a mistake, unfortunately. So if we have a look at this part here, I'm saying minus 1 times our constant, okay, it should be positive 2. Minus 1 times positive 2 gives me a negative, so this actually has to be negative there. So these two factors here, I need a 1 positive, 1 negative to get me a negative number here. So I'm actually going to change this to a 2 here and a 1 there. So I'm going to say 3x times minus 2 gives me minus 6x. X times positive 1 gives me positive x, which gives me the same answer. It's just that when we get up here, our two factors are going to be 3x plus 1. So in here should be plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, and x take 2. Okay, which means my sign diagram is completely wrong. Well, it's not too bad, but we'll redo it. So, positive and negative. My 3 points are going to be at positive 1, minus 1 as before. And we'll have positive 2 this time. And a 3, so minus 2 on 3. So about there. Okay, it just means that we don't have a repeated point. So when I draw it in, again, we've still got a positive quartic. So using our lines, okay, looks like this. So when is this graph less than 0? Well, it's these points in here. So it's between minus 1 and 3 for x. Minus 1 and 2/3. Minus 2/3. And between 1 and 2. Okay, so that's what the answer is after. Okay, little mistake, but we picked up on it and that's the answer. So that's chapter 5.2, looking at quartic polynomials. So have a go at some of the questions. This is a short chapter, so it shouldn't take too long. Thanks.